Welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from a Frontier. I hope you had a great weekend. We're still looking at the skies and hoping for more rain. We're getting little bits of drizzle, but not much more. Political reflections. Assange goes all out to elect Trump. Trump's DOJ indicts Assange. Hard to think of a more emblematic story of our times. Noah Shachtman. I tweeted, it's a Shakespearean thing. Assange moved the needle for President Trump, and now Trump wants his head on a platter. And it's not because of Iraq, I don't think, but because of the risk that he might squeal like a pig about 2016. I think all the rest is propaganda and a smokescreen. Pepe Escobar, the Trump camp at the moment is divided. Assange is either a pop hero fighting the deep state swamp or a lowly Kremlin stooge. And as I said, this is all about singing like a canary risk around what happened in 2016, about which I wrote a story in December 2016. We have a DV-8 Tomahawk. This is a short footage from McAfee about Assange and about Trump, who's now denying any knowledge of him. I strongly suggest Trump hold his third summit with Kim in Manila, so we can call it the thriller in Manila. Russia and China team up against attempts to break international law. This is Lavrov and the TASS agency. Our partnership with Beijing is not just an example of a mutually beneficial and comprehensive relationship. Russian-Chinese cooperation has a sobering effect on those who push ahead with illegal methods of solving international problems. He really is an accomplished foreign minister, and one of my favorite comments of his, if it looks like a terrorist, if it acts like a terrorist, if it walks like a terrorist, if it fights like a terrorist, it's a terrorist, right? Case counts have jumped recently, with 20 new cases on Wednesday, the highest number in one day since the outbreak of the Ebola virus in August. Now in its 8th month, the outbreak has sickened 1,206 people and killed 764. Doctors Without Borders, which has been working in the region, said more than 8 months into the outbreak, the situation is alarming. The number of new reported cases has significantly increased over the past few weeks, reaching its highest levels since the declaration of the epidemic. Last week, 40% of the newly reported cases are people who died in the community before they could be identified as Ebola patients and offered care. Ebola and viruses in general are all about escape velocity, and they exhibit non-linear and exponential characteristics. So such a move as we saw last week should worry everybody.